Here we are. We're back again. It's another episode, another edition of my show.
Speaker.
When I get my next, when we move out of here, yeah,
Nice.
I'm gonna have like a different bobblehead on display every week.
Oh, bobblehead of the week.
Yeah, bobblehead of the week over the shoulder.
I like it.
So, okay, well that's not too bad. Yeah, I bought a mic stand. It's a piece of shit. So I have to buy another. I have to return it and buy another. It doesn't fit.
Please leave your message for 5418290.
Hey, you suck at this. You're a dick.
She's a bitch.
She's a bitch. Son of a bitch.
Hey, I realize I'm being recorded now. Oh my god, what a fucking day.
Yeah.
I called my boss last night.
Good X.
Go Ducks. He could hear the coldness in my tone. And I called him at like 6 o'clock and I'm like, hey Dave. He's like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, you know I wouldn't call after hours unless it was fucking serious, right? He's like, yeah. I'm like, I gotta deal with this tomorrow. He's like, all right, let me just put in sick time. I'm like, all right. I'll be back Friday. Have a good night. It was Shaq, but it was, it was
Big Daddy JK.
the quiet rage.
Yes. On the quiet storm. I didn't have my lightning queued up.
I don't know if I like Coke and Blackberry. It's a good thing I only had a little bit of Blackberry left. That's a cool shirt.
It's like got one little spot of red on it. Let's see.
Oh, hi, Dave.
Oh, Roku here.
It's just me.
I should not have done the Asian impression.
Oh, that's fine. Oh, he was his timeliness is white Dave, but
right.
He looks like yellow Dave right now.
No, my timing is Island Dave.
Island Dave.
Island boy.
And not to be confused with those.
God damn.
4:20 exactly.
Oh, we're recording already.
Recording time, it's at like 3:50.
2:30. Yeah. Hi, Dave.
Hello.
Yeah. I trim my no more beard
Yeah.
now.
I need to trim mine.
Have you guys ever had the dark chocolate Oreos?
No.
I haven't had anything dark chocolate.
Anyways, Jake.
I have.
Oh. So anyways, I also bought, because this is the most delicious chocolate milk I have tasted on the West Coast.
Pretty good.
And I've tried my fair share. It's all subjective. But
Lock meat is pretty good too.
Washington has this one brewery, dairy. It's one of the island dairies.
Island dairy.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about though. And they sell them in the glass jars. Yeah.
It's Island dairy.
I get my milk delivered. I'm fancy, motherfucker.
Ooh.
I'm rich.
It's bougie.
Yeah, we
living in
get
Bellingham
delivered.
or something?
I get my half and half delivered, bitch.
But anyways, I got home thinking that we had some regular milk, some white milk,
That's racist.
Yeah.
How's it gotta be white?
because that's the way it comes out of the titty.
Okay, it's my kids call it white milk too, and it's one of those things that like low key bothers me. I'm like, just call it milk.
Just milk.
Just call it milk.
You only have to call it white milk after you've referenced chocolate milk.
Yeah, I feel
Or
like in this
strawberry, any of the
context.
flavor milks. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's yeah.
So basically, I'm dipping dark chocolate Oreos into chocolate milk right now. I feel like
Badass.
It's like if you called
not so
Crown
badass,
Royal
but more like fat
regular
ass.
Crown Royal. You wouldn't. You just call it Crown.
I had
Iowa
the Crown
State
Royal.
has 9 points, and they have a guy that has 8.
I had a Royal Crown Royal. Pretty solid.
Yeah.
Pretty
It is my
solid.
fat night I'm giving myself one last fat night because I also went grocery shopping
until
and
tomorrow?
I got all the healthy foods and stuff like that, and then I'm gonna get back onto being strict about my eating again because I'm fat.
Get in shape for football season so you can get fat again. I'm gonna go get my Apple Crown because I finish this.
I get fat during Christmas because there's too much candy.
I'm
I get cold and I don't go outside as much.
Yeah.
I stay cold so I burn fucking calories. I'll be right back.
That's a good idea.
I think right now I'm the second fattest I've ever been right now, and it's not feeling.
I was getting there. I was at the second fattest, and then
I don't know if you remember that. I remember it because it's the fattest. Right after I got diagnosed with all my shit and then gained all that.
Oh yeah, dude, I remember it. Yeah.
I was up to 275.
Yeah.
Like that is a lot. I've always been a bigger, thicker dude, but 275 at 5'8".
That's a lot.
That's when I was wearing cowboy boots all the time.
You're like, I'm 5'10".
Yeah, and also I don't have to bend over and tie my shoes.
That's fair. Oh, all of a sudden Iowa State's like, oh yeah, we got a 3 here. No, actually they just made a 2, and they're like, yeah, crowd's getting excited. Got the and 1.
I'll show you one of the more unnecessary things I own. Oh.
Shit, most of the stuff I own is unnecessary.
It's
behind me.
The Lake Panorama National Golf Course decanter here. Currently filled. Well, not filled. Well, it is filled. There's air.
Holding.
There's air filling the spot that isn't liquor. And that liquor is apple
science.
There was a point in my life when I thought the peak of success was having crystal decanters of different liquors in your office so that when people came in to talk business, you could be like, want to drink, or just pour them a drink without asking.
Yeah.
That's
how it is on movies.
That's what business, that's how business happens.
That is peak success right there.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And you not the kind of success where you're a douchey about it, where you explain that the drink you just poured cost $250.
Right.
You just do it.
Yeah.
But it has to come out of a globe. Like a giant globe that you like roll half of it back and
that's
there's
like
a bar inside of it.
1970s success though.
That's badass. You telling me someone
have one of those
a drink out of a globe?
You're not going to think saying it's not rad. I'm just pointing out where it really excels in the classiness.
I think the 70s were pretty classy.
I enjoyed the 70s.
That really works.
Really allows my time.
I didn't see them.
If you also drive like Porsche 911s, but like not new ones.
Not the new one. No, like a 1982.
Yeah, like and not a used one because you're too broke to buy a brand new one.
No,
you buy the old ones that are even more expensive.
Or it's one that like you or your family has owned. It's still only got like 22,000 miles on it. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you only drive it to the office, which is a mile away.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a Ferrari again the other day. Just going down I-5.
Yeah. I still can't believe I saw a truck full of Tesla trucks, the Cybertrucks. That was cool. We saw like 9 of them at once.
Where were they headed?
Seattle or Portland, one of the two. I was like, whoa, that's cool. And we saw another one driving, I think the same day or at least that weekend.
Like actually driving?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one in person yet. The first, I did just watch the Steve Aoki video of him getting his.
Yeah.
I don't listen to Steve Aoki's music, but I think he's cool just because I don't know if this is true. Yeah, he's Asian, so I have to like him.
That's
but
yeah.
I'd also heard that his dad is the guy that started Benihana's, and I'm never looking that up to find out if it's true. That's just the story I'm going with the rest of my life. Like the reason Steve Aoki could like travel and play music when he first started out was because his dad was Benihana.
Like Ben E. Hanna?
Yeah, Ben E. Hanna.
Well, we know that guy, he was rich and he was the guy that got kidnapped in Pain and Gain, like in the true story. He was the one that got kidnapped in that. But then I heard he got arrested for laundering money and some other stuff.
Probably because he's got ties to the Yakuza.
Pain and Gain was one of those movies that I just put it on. Just one day, it was just like, I haven't watched this movie in a while. I'm gonna put on Pain and Gain, and I'm just not gonna tell Jen anything about it. Just gonna put it on. And she, for the first 15, 20 minutes or so, she's like, "What is this? This is weird." And then half hour in, she's like, "Okay, this movie's pretty fucking good." An hour in, she's like, "What the fuck is going on?" An hour and a half is like, "There's no way this is a true story."
Yeah.
2 hours in, she's like, "That was the greatest movie I've ever seen."
So
That was
check
definitely
this
what I
shit
felt
out,
watching it.
Lunchbox. Dave, you were right, but not only that, it gets better. His dad was a wrestler before that. Yeah.
That's
What-
awesome.
Was he like Tiger
opening
Ali
the-
Singh?
Rocky
Mhm.
Aoki.
He was E Honda. When he got into the restaurant business, he's like, let's just throw a bin in front of it.
Well, E Honda is a cook in canon. He's a
Right.
chef.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, this is a video. I don't want to watch a video. I want to just know. I can
It's
read.
kind of
That's it.
gonna
That's
be
my
weird.
new made up.
Like when I look at the camera, I've got Macklemore staring at me.
Oh, and
This
his
is
dad's
a little
dead.
weird. Macklemore?
No. Well, I don't know about
Mhm.
Macklemore. His dad might be dead too.
Yeah, fuck him.
No,
I was gonna say
Steve
that's my new Steve Aoki canon in my head is his dad. So it's true. His dad made Benihana, but
Yeah.
his dad is also a sumo chef that they modeled E Honda after. That's what's in my head now, and that's never gonna change. And I'm gonna tell people that all the time.
Yep. Do I need to, Dave? You're wearing olive. Jake's shirt looks olive because of the light in the background.
It's gray, yeah.
I know it is. I could tell after I started to say this, and then I was like, should I put on like an olive colored shirt?
No,
I
our
could-
shirts
I
are
could
the
put-
shades from olive to black.
I can put my Sequoia jersey on.
Oh, no need to change. I'm excited about
right
the next
there.
3 years of jerseys, though.
Yeah, I'm really glad I just got all the kits for last year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you think
I
about
knew
it,
it was
that's
coming.
about it. It's a 3-year cycle.
Oh man, the Big Ten, the first production of Big Ten uniforms. I really want to know. Has
wonder
any
if-
pictures come out or anything? No?
They just
Yeah.
said
Just
something
a
about
video.
good thing we have wings, and I was like, are we bringing wings back? Saw something
They
about
said,
throwback
some throwback and
and
some
multiple away jerseys. So hopefully that there's at least 5.
Yeah, so hopefully we won't look like shit when we're on
'Cause
the
last-
road because we always
Last
look like
time we
cheats
had
when we're on the road.
multiple. Well, no, we had multiple. Because we had the plain white, and then we had the duck egg ones.
I did not appreciate that our pants are just a solid color.
Yeah, they could have done more with those.
Could have been anything.
Literally, yeah.
Just put
Even
the
if
word
it's just-
Oregon.
Or yeah, it was just here's a color. Oh, cool. You're Riddle Junior High. They also have solid colored pants.
Or you could just like put the Mercedes logos up the seam.
Something. Could have done anything.
Could have done anything. But
So
instead you
many
did nothing.
things. Yep.
Speaking of doing, never mind, we're on recording. Speaking of doing nothing.
I gotta write
Motherfucker.
notes. I forgot to add notes. Yeah, man. We'll talk about it after the show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sons of bitches. Because yeah, like I was thinking about it, like as you were talking, I was like, you know what? Like, you probably shouldn't talk about it, and go into the school board or parent teachers conferences or whatever PTA. Like all that is just say it's like you went all in with your chips and now you got to turn over your cards. Like, hold up, wait a minute, we're still in this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get them to go a little higher. That's where we're at.
Yeah, we're playing the game.
Oh yeah, I've got one note because I had to stop at the grocery store on the way home, so then I kind of spaced it. But I listened to the first like 5 minutes,
Mhm.
and I have just one note that really made me angry immediately. So, later.
Yeah.
Later.
I have a question for the podcast.
Oh, I
show-
like
show.
questions.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's one that's going around. So we'll have an opportunity to talk about it.
Okay. I wonder if I've heard this question. 'cause
You
I
probably
clicked
have.
up.
If you're on the talk, you've almost certainly heard this.
I've heard things. I wrote
But,
down 3 things we could talk about.
All right.
The bridge.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about that, so I'll be.
You don't have to talk a ton. There's just a bridge collapsed. I mean, we could look it up right now. We got time. Diddy.
Yeah.
Or didn't he?
Diddy on
More
the
like diddly.
run. Yeah. The diddler.
Oh, did you see that meme?
Yes, I've
The
seen a
diddler
couple
meme?
different ones. They're pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then NFL kickoffs. We can talk
Yep.
about their change.
Oh, I haven't read that yet. I did see a headline and then
Here,
didn't get a chance to
I'll
read it.
send you the video that TikTok has. It's by CBS, so it's actually
It's pretty informative.
yeah.
There, I also want to talk about me playing with fucking that one dude on Facebook for 2 days.
Oh my God, my dad, he yells at me. He's like, "Is Jake fucking with the people on Facebook?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I thought so because I saw you said something, and then I read it, and I was like, oh geez, he's not even here."
Not even here.
I was like, "Yeah," and nobody questions it.
Nobody.
Oh, it
I'll be
might
right
be
back.
the last TikTok. Oh yeah, it was the last TikTok. It was the last text I sent both of you. It's
Okay.
in there already. I was about to send it, and then I did already.
He's not even here. Yeah, nobody questions it.
Yeah. Oh man.
It's just so absurd. Yeah, that was me. Sorry, I really had to poop. And it's just been 2 days of just walking the dog on this guy.
Oh man.
And the best part is like I can tell he's not really responding to the things I'm saying. He's just responding in
He
general.
did initially, and then I think at some point he may have been like, oh, "Man, did I just get played?" Well, I'll go along with it a little. But I'm not entirely certain that this guy gets it.
He doesn't get it.
He has a gym membership to the Power Pit, so it's one of those.
He's a cryptocurrency entrepreneur.
I've got so many of those friend requests on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, so many.
I will give you 6,000 followers.
Yeah.
Those actually, I just spent a dumb amount of time for someone that doesn't hang out on his phone very often, deleting followers from Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah.
That were just like, you're a bot. You're a
Fake.
bot. You've got 5 pictures all posted on the same day a year ago.
Right. Yeah, I get those, but I have mine set to like private, so I can't tag with hashtags because people can't find them. So I mean, I can, but it wouldn't do any good unless they're friends with me. But I have that like that so that if Fatty decides to look at my shit, she can't.
Yeah, I had my stuff on private for a long time working at the prison.
I got my stuff on private because my uncle's wife is a cunt.
We all have reasons.
We all have reasons.
I took them all off because I'm not like STDs. Like bring them on.
Yep, that's Dave, Mr. STD over here.
You get Pitbull, who's Mr. Worldwide.
Dude, that video is so funny to me. I don't know why. She's like, how can people say Pitbull's not cool?
Right?
He's not just saying. He's not just Mr. Miami. He's not just Mr. United States. He's Mr. Worldwide. Okay? He's got the whole world in his hands, like Jesus.
He's actually the main attraction at It's a Small World After All. Or at what's that?
I think that's it.
That Disney ride.
It's a small world.
Small World.
That is it, Dave.
That's okay. I thought that was just a song.
I like being able to move the microphone so I can
it's
speak
both.
for effect.
It's because he's got the whole world in his hands.
Dave, your mic doesn't really distort like Jake's does when you talk like that.
When I get really close to it. This is your
I don't. Does mine do it?
Like
I
that.
think if I go like this, it does.
You kind of have to talk a certain kind of way. Like, yeah. Oh,
What are we gonna
yeah.
look up? Oh, the Baltimore Bridge thing.
The ball bridge.
Did you guys hear about like that whole Princess Kate thing? I don't know.
Why
if you
she's got
know
the
this.
cancers now. And
Yeah.
that's why she's been missing from things.
Like people were getting worried because she disappeared, but the whole palace was like, well, we're not saying anything, and they ignored it, and
Mhm.
people were like, fine, we'll make up our own reasons, and they're like, no, she's got cancer. Oh,
Right.
you could have just said that. We would have been fine with it.
You could have said royal cancer. Like, we get it. You guys are a bunch of diseased weirdos.
Well, I think it's because
okay.
the king also has cancer, and they're like, well, we can't have two cancers. Only one of you can have cancers,
Yeah.
not two of you.
Yeah, no butt crack cancer over
That's
here.
it. We're changing your birthday to December.
It's like when you
Can't have
have
two cancers.
It's
Yeah,
like when
that's
you have
funny,
a party and two people bring cookies. People, we like cookies.
Yeah. Everyone loves cookies.
Everybody can. Extra cookies is not a problem.
Yeah. Extra cancers.
There
That's
was
a problem. Kind
there was a sales meeting with the dickhead when he was still working there,
Mhm.
and there were 3 different people who brought in donuts, but like one person brought in just like a 6-pack of prepackaged donuts that they got from Fred Meyer on the way in. I'm like,
That's lazy.
Bro, you could like they even had the reduced sale tag on them. I'm like, bro,
Oh,
you were like 5 steps away from the good donuts. Like,
right?
Mhm.
what are you doing?
It's like I'm not spending my money on these people.
Right. And
Well,
one
that's how I
time
feel.
we had multiple people bring donuts at the prison, and someone brought in plain donuts,
Mm-hmm.
and we left a note on it that says, if you're bringing plain donuts, make them Krispy Kreme.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to just be like, I'm bringing plain donuts, bring in good plain donuts.
Yeah.
Like these regular ass ring donuts that you brought
Mhm.
from Safeway ain't it. So
Yeah.
why don't you get the fuck out of here?
It's
'Cause
not
we're
like they
already
were
in
old
fucking
fashions.
jail.
Yeah. And
No,
it's like,
they're
it's not
old
like they're
fashions.
old.
Those are great.
Yeah, I love me an old fashioned. And you eat them a specific way. You break off all the edges and you keep your ring, and then that's when you start to eat it.
Oh, I don't eat it like that.
Yeah,
I like to
bite
eat
it
the
and then
whole.
I bite and then I just work my way around.
Yeah.
Really? I
Yeah.
eat off the edges so that I have the inner circle still,
Fuck.
and then I eat that circle.
Now I want donuts.
Now I want to try it that way.
I don't know if I can handle that. It seems too like Asian-y.
I was just
You
gonna
eat
say
half the donut, then you eat the other half.
Oh, you get the donut?
I was gonna say this coming from a guy who's got a sister who separates all of her food on her plate and then eats Skittles one at a time.
The best donut shop around here is the Asian donut
Love you,
shop.
sis.
It's called Rucky Donuts, and they've got some really like their old fashions are top shelf. The maple bars are really good, and they don't fall into the trap of doing the bacon maple bar like everybody did.
Yeah.
Like that
Thanks
was
a lot,
cool.
Voodoo.
That was
I
cool
like
for a
that
little
trap.
while.
I'll like that trap forever.
Yeah, but none of them do the bacon right. That's the reason
Yeah.
the Voodoo ones are good is because they
candied?
fucking get the bacon.
Hmm
They get the bacon right.
Yeah, it's not
Everything
like
else-
just slap a piece of bacon on top.
Right. Like
And there are
I've
a lot.
seen them take that pre-made bacon from Costco and throw that on there. I'm like, that's not it,
No.
dude.
Or
Is
I've
it a
seen them do
prison
like
donut?
chopped bacon, like little tiny like
The bacon bit
slivers of-
kind of thing
yeah,
almost.
bacon bits.
Yeah.
But like it is bacon, but they're bacon bits, and that's way too much bacon.
Mhm. If you're gonna do that, make the candied bacon and then dice it up.
Yeah.
Like I know that's more work, but it's gonna be better.
Yeah.
You're already making donuts that are this fucking big anyway.
When
so.
when I eat things with bacon bits, it makes me think of like I'm eating a salad in an old folks home.
That's what I was thinking. Salads, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
It's like
Sizzler.
it's the smell of old people and coffee and then bacon bits in your salad. Your iceberg lettuce salad.
and sunflower seeds
Mm-hmm. And carrots
lucky.
julienne.
and some hard-boiled egg.
Mm-hmm.
I like hard boiled egg in
You
salad.
you can't tell. You can't tell if someone's grandpa shit himself or died.
I'm really looking forward to this summer because I'm calling for chef salads. I'm having a chef salad summer.
The old chef
Go for
salad
chef
summer.
salad.
You know,
I'm looking
surprised
forward
I'm
to.
not having chef salad right now.
I'm looking for my summer toss salad tour.
Oh,
Oh,
hey.
Yep.
So you guys are talking about being fat. I'm coming in at a lean mean 219 right now.
God damn.
Nice. That is nice. Good job, man.
I need to
So,
check my
yeah.
weight.
I was pretty excited about it. Like I'm at the point now where I can actually start working out instead
Yep.
of like, because once you're being fat and starting to work out doesn't really work because you never really lose any weight.
Right. It sucks.
So
Mhm.
you got to like lose some weight, then you work out. First you get the
Yeah.
khakis, then you get the jobs,
Yeah.
then you get the chicks.
Yep. That's the order.
Going early. All right, man.
Hey.
You ready for good
Please,
show?
people. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's Oreo boy.
All right, here we are, back again.
Back again.
It's another edition. It's another episode of my show. And he's the only man I know who would dip a dark chocolate Oreo into dark chocolate milk. This damn dirty, disgusting Dave.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, 4Ds.
Quad D.
You don't have to say big old titties. Oh, anyways, speaking of tits.
Robin. Oh, that gives me reminds me of something else we can talk about.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Lots of things to talk about. But anyway, alliteration aside, I will take my chances. Bringing it back around. It is that guy over there, the hoop snake man is.
The guy.
Touch the tips.
He's
I
touching. He went finger to thumb.
I have to hold the microphone because Amazon doesn't have good shit.
Well, be careful, man. I don't think you can touch your finger to the thumb. Something in the Bible about that.
Yeah, it says, I'm pretty sure either that or it's like you
That's-
never go ass to mouth. It's like
That's the
same
old.
thing.
That's the Old Testament when
Oh.
Christ died
Ass
in
to mouth and
33
finger to
AD.
thumb.
He fulfilled the Old Testament, therefore making the New Testament, but the law. Anyway,
New
Hey.
testicles.
we got some stuff to talk about.
Stuffs and things.
I got a question for you guys. This has been
question?
going around. This has been on the old internet.
15.
I've seen several people ask. I've seen several people answer.
18.
I want to know if you could fight any celebrity, and if you win, you win their money.
Mhm.
Who would you fight?
Oprah.
That's good. That's a good
That
call.
is a good one.
That was my immediate thought because I heard that, and before they finished it, I was like, I would beat the shit out of Oprah
Hmm.
and take her money.
My initial immediate one that popped in my head was Michael Jackson.
Well, he's dead.
Oh, they got to be alive now?
Easy fight.
Well, that guy doesn't have any. A dead man has no money.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we're talking about
What about
alive.
Warren Buffett?
Warren Buffett would be mine.
Hmm.
What if you find out like Warren Buffett's like a secret ancient ninja? And,
Right?
like
just whoops the dog shit out of you.
Right. That'd be like if someone still thought of Jeff Bezos as a skinny nerd, and you're
Right.
like, I'll take on Jeff Bezos, and then takes off his shirt, and you're like, what's up, 8-pack? Jesus. Where can I get some of them steroids?
I mean, Bill Gates has been eating babies' stem cells for years, but I think I can handle Bill Gates.
Yeah.
I think Oprah would also be easy because we know she doesn't work out because she was like, Weight Watchers. Like, she's like, I'm not exercising. I'm just going to eat these things and they'll give me numbers. And
Weight
Oh,
watching is what she does in the gym, just sits there and stares at the dumbbell
what about Taylor Swift?
and wreck her.
I don't want to fight Taylor Swift.
But you would get like $1 jillion.
But I don't want to fight Taylor Swift. I'd
Mhm.
rather beat up Oprah.
I'd rather beat up Oprah.
Mhm.
That could
Dave,
be
have
the
we
name
heard
of
one
the
from you
episode.
yet?
No, because I'm still thinking. Because like I said, immediately I was like Michael Jackson. Because I think, okay, if he was alive, I feel like I could take him in his elder years. Maybe not in his Thriller years,
Yeah,
No.
you'd go to punch him and he'd moonwalk away from you. That'd
Right?
be really
I played
frustrating.
that video
And he
game.
was
All right,
still
I played that
black,
video
so
game
he
and
was
he
in
could
trouble.
fight. Yeah, I'm gonna fight white Michael Jackson.
You would have.
Again, a distinction you have to make when you're talking about originally black Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, Jake. He's technically black both times, but we all know what I'm talking
No,
about.
I'm trying to think of other celebrities I'd beat up.
Right. Kevin Hart before he really started working out.
Is
I
race
mean-
like gender identity though? Like, can you just be like, no, I'm now white?
No, I feel like some people have tried making that argument, and
It
then they're
doesn't
like, you
work.
can't just do that, and then you're like, yeah, you can't just do that.
Yeah, it doesn't work out well for the white
Right.
people that say they're black. See,
Yeah,
I've never
yeah.
said I'm black.
Unless
I've just
you're
said I'm
Rachel
light
Dolezal
skinned.
or something like that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody believes Rachel Dolezal is black. Nobody
Yeah.
believes Bad Baby is black. Like,
Whoa, Vicky.
I don't even know who that is.
You haven't heard of that one? She's one of
Uh-uh.
those two. Like, she's from Atlanta,
Oh yeah, she like can
and you can't
talk.
really understand what
Yeah.
like, got in. And she's flat as a 2x4.
She's
like,
a
I got-
brick, flat on all
Yeah.
sides, eventually be laid by Mexicans.
Oh.
Oh.
Not that
I-
there's anything wrong with that.
Hey, we've all been there. I used to go to Salem.
I've been to Salem.
I've been to
Mhm.
Salem. I've sailed it in Salem.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I drove through it twice this week.
Ew.
I just looked at it from
there
the
and
window.
back.
Yeah, there and back.
Makes sense.
Why would you go to
No.
Salem?
I actually went to Portland
Why'd you go to Portland?
to go to the zoo. I have
Ben went to
grown.
the zoo.
I
Yeah, I
grew
saw
up.
that.
Oh, he did?
Thought it was
Everyone's
weird.
going to the fucking Portland
Yeah,
Zoo.
right.
What the hell?
Wasn't
Rob,
it
you
on
wanna go to the
Tuesday?
zoo?
Did Ben go on Tuesday? I should have called Ben.
Yeah, I think you guys were there at the same time.
That's really
Okay.
funny.
That's funny. I'm gonna call him after the show. But no. So I grew up in Oregon.
This guy looked like Dave here.
Right. Wait, you mean a 5'8" kind of fat bearded guy? What are you talking about? Every white dude in Portland, Oregon now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you have the Asian-y face.
He
Nah,
probably
sure.
had a vest on, so he would have known.
Nah,
Yeah, he's
you're
like,
right.
yeah, I did.
Was I wearing a pair of hiking boots, a flannel, and a vest, and a trucker cap
Yep, and sunglasses.
today, or yesterday, or the day before?
Yeah.
Yes, on all.
We all have our uniform. I
Mhm.
mean, there's Jake. What's he wearing? Oh, a hoodie and jeans. It must be the wintertime.
Yeah.
Mhm. What time of the year is it? Robin's wearing basketball shorts,
Inconclusive.
hoodie or jersey or
and
something.
depending on what time. The only thing that changes with Robin is summertime. It's a tank top under the hoodie, and in the
Yep.
wintertime, it's a t-shirt under the hoodie.
And the wintertime, he's got like tights under the shorts.
I
At
haven't done that
games,
in a while. Yeah,
Yeah.
at games I've done it,
hmm
but if it's not a game,
Out-
it's
out and
just
about.
shorts.
I'm
Shorts. and-
actually, this is kind of great timing. I went to Eastern Mass one time with Robin and got all dressed up because I grew up in the Catholic Church, and what you do for church is you get dressed up in your nicest clothes and your Sunday's best. And he comes to pick me up, and he's wearing a pair of basketball shorts and a hoodie,
basketball shorts. They're plaid.
a pair of LeBrons that were like Easter colors.
Like, I'm celebrating.
It was plaid shorts, like plaid,
Oh yeah.
and it was Reebok pumps because they matched.
It was. And then I remember we go into the, it's not really a church, but I will just call it the church,
It's like the Grange Hall.
right? And it's so weird when I go to other religions.
Well, it is a
masses.
church, but it used to be a moose lodge,
Yeah.
and then they destroyed the building, but built it almost the same, just bigger
Mm-hmm.
main room.
Right. But I'm always like, what do I do?
Remove the
Like,
bar.
yeah. No, it's in the back still.
They had a
They just
coffee bar,
they turned it into a coffee bar.
Like-
Nerds.
like a mini Dutch Bros. They had like a
Mhm.
thing where you could buy coffees out in their little
Right.
lobby area or whatever it is.
So and
Well,
it's
every
just
church
chairs.
has it's always
It's-
like firmly ground is
Mhm.
always the name, like it's always
Right.
some like biblical like bullshit.
Have you seen those shirts that they're like, he is risen, but it's like Riz, and Jesus is all like got sunglasses on and shit.
It's funny.
Yes, it is.
It's like the New Age Buddy Christ.
Yeah, pretty much. And then like somebody complained, they're like, but Jesus was black, so they made one where he's black and it looks just like Jimmy Butler.
A Black Santa.
Black Santa.
Actually, I saw a video of that the other day. White guy, and then they're like, yeah, but Jesus was black, and the guy's like, he was brown at best.
He was Jewish. Why? Like, he looked the most like me out of the three of us. Like, let's be honest about it.
Let's see.
I watched 10 Commandments with Charlton Heston.
Charlton Heston. That I
He
used to
had
watch that every year, and I had no idea why. I was like 8.
He had a wicked tan in that movie though too, because
He also had wicked
in the
pecs.
desert, right? Jack
That's really
Moses.
good.
That's awesome.
It is. I almost
I
bought
wouldn't-
one.
I have a ugly sweater that's baby Jesus in one of those like stroller like chesticle things.
Mm-hmm.
A baby Bjorn.
Yeah, my grandpa didn't think it was funny.
Well, his loss.
Yeah.
Oh, here's another version which is also funny.
Yeah, I love
This is
that's
dunking.
like someone tried to get my goat earlier this week because they thought I was taking a stand for religion.
Uh-oh.
And yeah, like I grew up religious and I still hold to some of the tenets of Christianity, but like I get the jokes. Like comedy is funny, and I think people who can't joke about religion can't joke about anything. And because everything should be on the table. Anyway, I can't find this picture. Anyway, he tried to send me a picture, this whole thing about Black Jesus, and then someone tried to throw me off, and I just sent him a picture of Jesus doing a crossover on the devil. I'm like, look, man, I said, a guy can't be white to have handles like this. This is absurd.
Have you ever
awesome.
watched that show, Black Jesus?
No.
Wait, what?
It's actually
Is it-
pretty funny.
Is it about Kanye?
No, Yeezy's not
No, it's
there.
Black Jesus.
That's
Oh,
Black Jesus.
Oh, that's right. He said
I
it
can't
right.
remember what network it's on, but
Huh.
it was one of those things where I'm just like looking for something to watch, and it's a series. It's a sitcom series, and it's just like Black Jesus. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna watch this. And like
Okay.
in the show, Jesus is like black dude, but he's just like, it's like he's one of the dudes. Like the show goes on, and then sometimes he's doing something. It's like a Seinfeld in the hood kind of thing, where like Jesus will show up. Jesus will show up and be like, "Yo,
What's
man,
the
that's
deal
crazy."
with drive-bys?
Yeah.
You want to shoot somebody?
Which I'm gonna
Dave,
find
did
that.
you see the trailers? They came out with 2 trailers for House of Dragon.
I know. I have them saved for watch later.
I've intentionally not watched because I don't want to know.
Taking
That's
the
a good
Jake
point.
method.
When is
huh?
it? When is?
That and I
is that
read
coming out?
too much about it already. Like I know what's supposed to happen.
Oh yeah, see that's the thing too. I know what's supposed to happen, but
June 16th. I don't know if that's important to anybody for any reason, but
That's the day
Mhm.
before my birthday.
it's 4 days after mine.
We're rapidly approaching that we need to actually plan something if we're going to do something for our joint birthdays.
Do you guys want to see if I can get a place for us on the coast?
Yeah, that'd be rad.
Okay.
I'd throw in on that.
oh, I bet Tammy could get us hotel rooms at that casino up there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Well, I was thinking, see how many points my parents have on our timeshare thing, and if they need to burn some points, then
That's also a good idea.
because I sometimes think that they don't use it as much as they
Think
have
they
to,
Good. Yeah.
because like some of the points they only roll over for a year, and then you on the second rollover year they burn whatever happens. So I'll see if they need to burn some points.
Gotcha.
That'd be fun.
Brian mentioned that he's going to Vegas like July 15th to 18th or something like that.
In the middle
Yeah.
of summer.
Let's go when it's 110 degrees. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
going
like
in.
having a wedding in southern Arizona in July,
Yeah,
that
it's
seems
so that I
dope.
can
Who would
so I
do
can
that?
burn my butt on a
I'm going in January.
toilet.
January? What's in
Mhm.
January?
Well, it's my mom has decided that the family, ever since I moved up here and got married, she's decided that we have a family trip every year, which is awesome. It's a lot of fun. We've gone to like Seaside and stuff like that. But this year she's talking about taking an adults only trip to Las Vegas.
Mm.
And I keep mentioning that the D is like $29 a night, and it's right next to the Circa, and you have access to the Circa pool if you go to the D. So,
Yeah.
so I'm like,
I
hey,
think
it's
you can also use the Golden Nuggets pool too, which is the one that has the sharks.
oh really?
Yeah,
See, I totally missed that. I had dinner at the Golden Nugget.
dude, the Shark Tank pool is sick. Like it's got a water slide that goes through the middle of the Shark Tank.
Now I want to go.
Um,
I want to go back to Vegas.
It's pretty cool.
Like the first, like I went to Vegas the first
I
time and
love
was like, really,
Vegas.
this is it? No, like this time I'm gonna go back and like Ben's gonna be there, so we're gonna go do mescaline in the desert. But
Oh,
we're
God.
also gonna go find like those little bars like that we see on TikTok that are
those
like,
Oh, yeah.
speakeasies.
yeah, come here and drink for $1 bars.
Yeah,
No.
I sent a couple of them, I think.
Oh yeah, over
There's
the
a few
history
of
of
'em.
time. Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
lot of good ones, but we're gonna him and me could have a little fun.
Oh, I'm sure. Plus,
Right
there's
now-
always people going like, "Hey, man, you looking for stuff?" And you're like,
yeah,
yes,
those
I am.
people. I usually try to ignore those people, especially if I don't know them.
I try
Yeah,
to I try to haggle them like it's a third world country supermarket.
I did. I'm like, no, that's too much. I know how much this costs.
You're like, no, I poop too much.
Yeah, exactly. And then I get tired.
Am I making this up in my head, or did someone that guy I talked to on the strip? Did someone say that those are cop prices,
That's a
or did I
No,
just
but that's-
think
great
it?
line.
That's a pretty good one.
I
like
think
it.
I think I might have just been thinking it.
Those are cop prices. Might
Mhm.
be the funniest.
That's a good line.
Mm,
I'm definitely
yeah,
storing
actually, yeah. I don't think I actually said it, but I thought it.
I
Because
really
Yeah,
want to.
because
I would-
he wanted a lot.
I want to run into an undercover police officer. There just aren't any up here.
that. Yeah.
But like, I want to call one out and just have him do that. Oh, you want to come talk to me for a minute? And be like, nah, I'm good, dog. This
Mhm.
is how the police. This is how the police be dressed in San Antonio. You want to come talk to me for a minute? Nope.
Nope.
And whenever they've all said that. I've seen multiple videos where the not undercover cop is like, hey, you want to come talk? Like, why would you think that they would like to come talk to you after they just called you out
Yeah.
for being an undercover cop?
Oh, are we
I-
friends now? Okay.
Yeah.
One
Yeah,
of my
sure.
favorite things to do lately is false flag people with body language. Like my hoodie, it's got a really thick hood, so I'll stand around like this holding my hoodie, and I know that somebody is picking up on it.
yeah,
hmm
that's a
I
good one.
I did get called out one time in class for a girl that I had never talked to. She's like, "Are you a cop?" And I was like, "No." She's like, "Were you?" Like, well, I've worked in a prison and did security work for a long time. She's like, "Oh, okay. Have you always walked around like that?" I'm like, "Kind of."
Yeah,
It's
but you
just how
talk back.
that's just how I move now. Like
Are
I have
you guilty of something?
right?
You see, Dave cop walks until he island walks.
And it just depends on how much I've had to drink.
Exactly. Like he starts in the then.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well,
Like when
and
you-
also
we
he's
first get
usually
to-
trying to keep up.
Yeah, I'm usually trying to keep up. I did notice that this year I didn't have as much trouble because I decided to stop wearing flip-flops all day.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because the year before it was like, wow, it's hot out here, and you guys know I don't like wearing shoes.
Yeah.
So I just keep my flip-flops on, and then we're like, all right, we're going to Jed's, and I'm like, okay.
Time to flip flop over to Jed's.
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you guys just go on. I know where you're going.
I'll catch up.
That's too much work.
Yeah. So I actually just wore shoes the entire time this year, and I was like, oh, this is so much easier.
Those
Yeah.
those Air Maxes were super comfortable. They saved my bacon because like after like those boots are great for bad weather, but wearing them every week, like those were killing me after a while. But
I like those Jordans. Like they're the most comfortable shoes I have. They're just.
I think
stupid
this
comfy.
year I'll buy a new pair of duck shoes.
Yeah.
I'll see what happens if there's anything really good that comes out.
Yeah, I guess that. Yeah, they need to be worth it
because they're coming out with new shit this year. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna have
the new Big Ten stuff.
So check this out. This is just kind of a status update for our, all of our auto collisions that we've been dealing with. So they offered me, or they sent a demand letter for $15,000 for me, and they have sent demand letters for $10,000 for each of the kids, and they are still working on Jen. So right now we are looking like our lawyer has sent demands for $35,000, of which we would get 60%.
Take it.
It's not bad.
Yeah. So, and then hers is going to be a lot more because there's traumatic brain injury and time lost from work and all sorts of shit. So
yeah, that's some real shit.
Yeah, it really is. And one thing that this has definitely taught me is that if you are ever involved in an auto collision where you think you might be injured, get a fucking lawyer.
Like now.
Like, yeah. Like I didn't realize if my first collision with the Dodge where I got my ass end taken off, if I had gotten a lawyer, I probably would have been okay after that.
Yeah.
Instead, I got boned. But yeah, this whole thing, like having a lawyer, we called them and they're like, oh yeah, we'll take care of that. We'll take care of that. We'll take care of that. Okay. And like, yeah, is 30%, 30. Yeah, I think it's 30% of the take a lot. Yeah, sure it is. But it's also, I'd rather have 70% of something than 100% of nothing.
Right.
And this just means I'll get a van.
Yeah.
I've never dealt with lawyers, but I got a phone number today from one for VA stuff. One of the guys at work, it was like, hey man, like what's your VA rating? I was like, I don't have one. He's like, why don't you have one? I was like, I was hard-headed when I got out. He's like, don't you have like really bad tinnitus, insomnia, like messed up shoulders? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I was like, yeah, I was 25 and I was like, I'm fine. It's all good. He's like, hold on a sec. Gets his phone out. He's like, call this guy.
Yeah.
I was like, who's this? He's like, it's a lawyer. I'm like, I'm not trying to sue anybody. He's like, no. He's a VA benefits lawyer. Like he's gonna get you hooked up and like figure out what you actually should be at.
Yeah, because each one of those things, so I found this out, the VA doesn't give out benefits in increments other than 10%. So each one is at least 10%.
Yeah.
You've got 3 that you named off, or 4 just now.
And that's 40%.
Like that's pretty solid.
That's not nothing.
Right. That's enough that you don't have to go, well, I forgot to pay my cell phone bill because I didn't have any money.
Yeah, right.
Well, it was like a situation today that we'll just touch on that we won't talk about.
Just tickle it.
We need to record this so there's no he said she said. We need to remember we have ADHD. Cops can lie to get their job done too.
I like how you both have it.
Oh, she's diagnosed, but I'd probably almost certainly have it.
I'm sure, yeah. Like
you've known me now for 15
honestly,
years.
like after you said it, I had a hard time not noticing. Like you guys, because you jumped around like the first 3 things you said, I was like, they really do. They sold me. I'm in.
Also, oh yeah. Anyway, never mind.
Yeah, well. Cut that.
Leave it in.
Arizona is not getting left in.
Oh, get wrecked. Boom, 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 boom. Wow.
So that's Clemson in the Elite Eight.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah. So Pac-12 is done now.
They are dead. Deader
No
than
more
dead.
Pac-12.
You know, I'm so tired of the revisionist history of everyone being like, oh, I'm so sad that the Pac-12 is gone. Fuck the Pac-12, dude. It's been a joke conference for like 8 to 10 years. I'm so tired of being part of the Pac-12.
And it
Nobody
all
takes it
started with the
seriously.
Pac-12 network.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like that fucking ruined us. Have you heard anything about the TV deal that the Bavers and Cougs are working on?
Yeah, so it's my understanding
PBS deal, isn't it?
that they're with
CW.
the CW. They are the second game that the CW has licensed with the ACC for 13 games, and that they are going to use Oregon State and Washington State after those games for all their home games. And then the Mountain West will carry their other games on the Mountain West's situation.
Yeah. Yeah, what I heard was that those two schools were like, look, it's not about the money. It's not about the money.
It's
Like,
not
it's
about
it's
the money.
it's about exposure. They just want people to see them. And
It's about exposure.
yeah, northern exposure.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, it makes sense if you're a shitty school and nobody knows about you, you're just a shitty school that sucks. And
Yeah.
Mhm.
that's exactly where you're going to stay. But if you're a shitty school and people are forced to watch you, that's how the Braves became the most watched team in America. And
100%.
Cubs right there, you know,
Old
like,
Ted Turner.
like it just makes sense. So
I
it
love Ted
might be
Turner.
the smartest thing they've ever done.
Yeah, because they're on their CW is OTA, so they're going to be in everyone's house.
Right.
And the only thing that's happening right now that's an issue is that there are 4 weeks where Washington State and Oregon State have home games of the same week, so they're not sure what's going to happen with that. But likelihood is that they'll be playing somebody worth watching.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Whatever the best matchup is, I guess.
Yeah.
Better than nothing, I guess.
Speaking of better than nothing, I had a little fun on Facebook the last couple days. I realized that I could do crowd work. I could practice crowd work
Uh-huh.
on Facebook and like everything I say is essentially the first thing that comes to mind. And so that's how I'm treating it. So like not everything lands
Right.
because everything I say is the first thing that comes to my mind when I say it. So I'm practicing crowd work. But yeah, so
Yes. So
it's the Douglas County whatever.
Rants and Raves.
Doesn't
Rants
even
and
live
Raves.
here.
I don't even I don't even go here. And some guy posts a rant about, oh, someone in a truck cut me off on the highway.
Somebody in a flatbed white truck, Dodge, blah blah blah. And, yeah.
Cut me off from the fast lane and went over to the Durberder. And so I just respond, sorry, that was me. I really had to poop.
Oh.
And it's been 2 days at this point that we've been going
is it
back.
still going?
Well, I think it's finally over.
Oh.
But it was going up until like about an hour and a half ago.
Oh my god.
I hit him with the big reveal.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, an hour. The most recent comment was an hour ago.
Nice.
he,
Where's that? Go
he
back.
liked to call me SFB, which I finally make him say was shit for brains.
Oh. Yeah, you said suited for business, and I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so I got him to say, you know, it means shit for brains. I'm like, wow, that's a good one. Did you come up with that yourself? And he's like, fuck you.
You should have been like, well, at least it wasn't shit for my pants.
That would have been funny. That would have been see, but like I said, I'm going for the first thing that comes to mind, and not the best thing.
Right. Well, that was the first thing that came to my mind. So
at least I wasn't shitting my pants.
like literally. So okay, here's the post. The guy said, To the rude person driving the white truck with a flatbed on it who drove up within 10 of my bumper on I-5 at 6:50 this morning, then decided to pass me and then pull 5 feet off my front bumper to exit at Garden Valley exit, causing me to slam on my brakes while you were stuffing your face with food. Period. This is also distracted driving. Period. Be aware of karma. Be aware of karma.
I love.
Is she a stripper?
I love that the biggest clue that he was stuffing his face with food, and I commented that I had to poop.
Right.
Never registered in the guy's mind.
Right.
Right over his head.
Because that is the first thing I thought of. Stuffing your when I heard the stuffing your face with food, I was like, that's funny.
What's the best part is to me is that there's at least a growing constituency of people who get what I'm doing.
Yeah, the whole Chipotle thing has really set it
But-
off.
Yeah, people like when I started talking about Chipotle, every single time people like, okay, this guy's just gonna fucking stir, and sometimes it's funny.
It is like it makes me laugh.
And I think that's the only reason I haven't been kicked out of the group, because I know people have looked up and said, this guy lives in Seattle. Like, I know people have looked me up.
There've been comments.
Yeah.
I've seen comments on it.
It's just like, but nobody questions it, and nobody wants me to leave.
Like one of your comments, your responses to him. How can you say that when you were swerving like a drunk driver? Like, what? Why?
Just... You see, I decided to take the Jussie and the Body Ventura heel route and just start accusing him of shit.
Right.
Right.
It's like, oh, I cut you off? Well, you were drunk.
I may have been stuffing my face.
But at least I wasn't hammered.
Yeah.
Good X.
Good X.
It's a Thursday
Goodness,
morning.
hammered.
Wait.
Yes.
Oh, somebody else commented. When you have a gopher ready to burst. Oh, God.
I haven't even seen that.
When you have a gopher ready to burst out the hole, sometimes a person needs to do what they need to do. Then this other, the original guy is like, again, that is no excuse to be a reckless driver. You should just shit your pants or stay home.
So no, I don't think he ever caught on to the fact that he's getting worked.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. Oh, I wonder if anyone else got him. Oh no, let's see. That's not a good one.
I've just been looking at my thread. I haven't even looked at any of the other stuff that's been
Yeah.
going
That you've got the most of it.
on. I've got 48 comments.
You do have one of them that responded with, "This is what I want to see from Rants and Raves. I wish all posts were like this one." You got a fan.
I've got a fan. And exactly, like people are understanding that I'm just taking the piss.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because that guy doesn't get it.
It's
There
like
was
it's
one-
not that serious.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
But did you die?
Yeah, that you die.
There was one. Someone posted that does anyone know of anyone that's hiring? And it says not Mills. And I immediately wanted to put, you know
The
where you
mill.
live, right?
Right.
Or I wanted to start putting the websites of each mill in the comments.
Oh, you should be like, yeah, the coal mine down the street.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Where do you think you live?
Right.
Like, so you can either work at Walmart, for the government, or at a mill. Like those are your options. You go to the casino.
Yeah, casino's the other one.
If you don't already have a job or know where to get a job, you're not working for any of these small businesses.
Mm-mm.
You know,
Honestly-
like you know what I mean? Like, because these small businesses, they're mostly, I'm not saying all of them, because I'm not working at one I was friends with. I
Yeah.
just happen to be me, and they happen to be them, and they like me. But
That's a lot
There's
of
a lot
it too.
yeah, there's a lot of small businesses that are, it's like family friends.
Mhm.
So
It's a small town town like Myrtle Creek and the area in general. There is a lot of what I consider innocent nepotism.
yeah,
In the sense that It is cronyism, it is nepotism, but it comes from a place of legitimacy. It's not like, oh, we're only going to hire our people, but it's like we're going to hire people we know.
Yeah. Oh, and it's also a skill issue. If you know how to do something or you know something about something, you can get a job somewhere.
Right.
You know?
It's not that hard. If you actually want a job, you can get a job.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want a job, you can get a job. Not hard.
Or learn how to do something. Or guess what, motherfucker? Join the military.
They take just about anybody.
The Navy just
Even Ben.
dropped. Yeah, the Navy just dropped
The
their
American
ASVAB
hero?
requirements to 10.
Years
Not many.
old?
No, 10 is the score. 10 is the score, as low as they will go before that you can join the Navy now.
What was it before? And what's an average score? Like that means
By the
nothing
way,
to me.
10 is 2
Not-
below Forrest Gump. So
Yeah. I don't remember. Not toot my own horn.
What
but
did
I
you
scored
score?
like
Like 6?
like a 97.
Out of
So-
what?
I'm guessing 100.
So all right, so the
here's,
Marines are
here's
now
one
like,
of the rants and raves. Like, see, this is why this whole group is confusing to me. It's kind of funny that our school system is ranked 13th in the world. Where
What?
the first, so this is one sentence. It's multiple sentences. I'll read it and then tell you where the punctuation is and what it is. Okay, it's kind of funny, and he spelled kinda. Funny that our school system is ranked 13th in the world, period. Where the first 3 spots goes to 1 period is Iceland 2 period, is Germany 3 period, is New Zealand period. Why are we ranked 13th in the world for? Question mark. What? What? I mean, start there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, it's not that hard to get better at writing. Somebody needs to tell him, reread what you wrote out loud. And if it makes sense, then you don't understand punctuation, probably.
People don't understand punctuation.
You don't. It's not that hard.
It's
Generally.
not that hard. Like there are times I sit and I'm like, am I supposed to use a semicolon there? But
Those
I
are the
feel
ones-
like
For me, yeah.
I feel like if I'm thinking about semicolons, I understand what I'm doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if you're thinking about semicolons, you also know of another way to write it that you can avoid it.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Usually, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're writing it with a semicolon because you're like, I'm gonna shortcut this.
Yep.
I used to write my text like I was fucking AP style, and that was just because that's how I was writing all the time.
Yeah.
And so my texts were also AP style. Like I would include semicolons and colons. I still add colons and quotes, but like
Yep.
for the most part,
I
it was
usually do.
straight up AP style texting, which was funny to me. And at one point, I was talking to a friend of mine, and we were talking about the way I talk, because I have a very lazy lexicon for my everyday average speech. I think it's kind of bullshit, and I talk like this and whatever. I don't give a fuck. Whatever. It is what it is. And they say, how come you can be so lackadaisical? And I'm like, dude, I spend so much time being formal with this language that I can be cavalier with it when I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
He can church it up whenever he wants.
Exactly.
Church it up.
I can church it up, but for right now, motherfucker, this is how I feel like fucking talking, dude. So eat a dick.
Yeah.
This last term on my midterm paper and my final paper, I ended up arguing some points back into my paper because mostly for fragmented sentences, which I understand what a fragmented sentence is, but I've also spent this whole term reading writings from authors that were famous for not following the way writing is supposed to be done.
Mhm.
Like I've spent the last 3 months reading fragmented sentences and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So then in my papers, I'm like, I caught myself writing this way. And she's like, oh, this is a fragmented sentence, like 1 point gone. And I was like, hey, you just had me read like 100 pages of different writings that were all fragmented sentences. She's like, yeah. And I was like, why do you think I'm writing in fragmented sentences? Because all of my readings have been thought-based writings.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't think in full sentences sometimes. You just write
Right.
what you think. And I was like,
Right.
and that's what I'm doing. And she's like, that's a good point. And it wasn't a whole lot of points, but it was like 7 points in all. And I'm like, I'll take
7
it.
to 7.
That's
hmm
that's a
That's
good amount.
significant.
I mean,
Yeah.
That takes you from a B+ to an A- or an A actually.
Yeah. Well,
Big
in my
deal,
case, it was
dog.
low A's to high A's, but
Oh, my case is always the highest.
Oh, I go to
I didn't
college.
have a depressive episode when I was in college and drop out.
I did that 3 times.
Okay,
This is my fourth run.
time because I went to the military.
This is after I got out.
Oh, my name's Dave. I just go to college a bunch of times.
Oh, God.
Oh.
That's what I've been doing for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get bored. And the funny thing is too, like I'll just out myself and try to put myself. I have a U.S. military war game approach to these sorts of things. I will put myself at a disadvantage to see if I can work my way out of it. Like I manage a warehouse. I'm so bored. I'm here doing this.
Sometimes that's what you got to do.
Sometimes it's what you got to do.
Sometimes you got to go for trying to bust out the hole.
Yeah. Don't want that.
I mean, can you imagine having to clean crushed velvet pants?
Sounds rough. Crushed velvet Lululemons.
I said I was right. Lululemon.
Yes. Oh, and he definitely did not catch that, or know what it meant. One of the two.
Nothing. It was just. It was like watching Star Wars, man. Everything was going over that dude's head.
He's not Drax.
It's like karma's gonna get you. I'm like, dude, karma is in the next life. The next dude's gonna shit his pants. I'm fine.
Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna know about it.
I'm gonna be dead by the time that guy shits his pants.
Literally, someone else is gonna shit in my pants.
Yeah, I have to be dead for that guy, for karma to work.
It's only in reincarnation where you can be like, man, somebody shit in my pants.
God damn it! What? Like, the worst would be to be reincarnated as the shitted pants.
Oh, crushed velvet Lululemons.
Crushed velvet Lululemon is the name of this episode.
Oh, that's a good one. Ready.
Really nice pants, man. At one point, I invoked the pursuit of happiness. I said, these pants are so nice, I could have gotten hired without a shirt.
Just throwing lines.
I'm just throwing shit out there.
Seeing what sticks.
Just having fun with it, just goofing off. And like, I know this dude is just gnashing teeth and just fired up the whole time, and I'm just giggling.
He has no idea.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely used to spend more time doing that.
Well, it's like I get bored, and like I said, I got nothing else to do with my time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Start
USA.
Switch.
So why not make somebody else's life suck for the day?
Yeah.
Well,
like
when you decide to go to the public with complaints about traffic,
Right.
do you like? It's like going on Craigslist and trying to do a missed connection.
Hey, pretty girl I saw on the bus. Did you see me? I was the nerdy guy who was afraid to talk to you and smelled like Cheez-Its.
I did used to have a weird, wouldn't call it an obsession, but I would have a bottle and just be drinking, reading misconnections over and over again and just laughing at them.
Misconnections were good. So were casual connections.
I'm just like, yo, like, go talk to him.
Yo.
Hey, yo. I remember one time Heather was one of the people in misconnections.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it was like, hey, girl who worked at the cell phone place, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, ha, 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 you're on misconnection.
Oh, God. That's funny.
Oh,
yeah, I did say it.
you did.
It was like, hey, I'm going to make fun of you for this for at least a month.
We should write one of those for somebody.
with somebody we know.
Yeah,
We should start doing that.
we should
It's like-
definitely start doing that.
Hmm.
Like, you look
But-
so
but-
hot.
But do it. Find a way to just run into somebody like over and over again, and then immediately, like an hour later, write the misconnection, and then see if they and describe them as they were when you saw them.
That would be good.
And
What
then
if we
just-
did him at the Duck games? Like this, you were wearing a Duck shirt.
Okay.
Like describing everybody there.
Okay, actually, let's.
You were
I
a
say
white guy
let's-
in a duck jersey.
I say let's do that this next season.
I
Every
like it.
game,
What if
all
we
of us pick
describe-
like one person, and then we're all gonna write misconnections for Eugene, and just see if there's any replies ever.
I want to write a misconnection for the Meth Zone 503 guy,
Oh my god,
and just
that
see
would
if
be awesome.
just see if he responds. You seemed really cool with your glasses and rubbing your hands together over and over.
You looked like a guy that would be in a rap video.
You
not
look
like
like
a
a guy
good
with a podcast.
Oh, oh yeah.
Eh.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I get to make fun of people with podcasts because I'm on two. So
Did I send that in the group text or like Snapchat? That thing.
that thing.
No, so I was doing this like almost like a personality test. What would you call that? Like a job placement type test? What kind of job should you work thing?
What'd you end up with?
Well, the first one was choreographer, choreographer, and I'm like, well, I can't dance.
I can't dance.
Robin's out there choreographing Stomp 3.
They're stomping the yard.
But second one was podcaster, and I was like, hey, I like it.
I do that.
I should do that. I should do that sometime.
And number 1 was teacher.
Yeah, that was on there. That was like the third one.
Yeah, it was like further down the list.
Because only reason it wasn't number 1 was because I was like, I don't want to deal with the public anymore. Like, fuck the public. They're dumb. 4-6. Oh, that's next week. Riv starts soccer. She has a soccer game next weekend. I gotta remember that.
Ooh. Yeah, I just totally I didn't see this guy coming to my defense for no reason. Some people have medical conditions that can have him take a shit within minutes. The only help is I need to be relaxed so your heart doesn't give out everyone's driving. A heart stoppage driving can hurt more people than you might think.
Yeah.
So other people are now coming in on as like a second level troll.
Oh, it's so good.
It's like troll recruitment.
People, because someone's like, "Oh my god, fresh meat."
Yeah.
They're like, look over here, everybody, look.
We should start thinking of things we
Nice.
can write on that Rants and Raves. Like half serious but completely a joke, so it
Yeah.
sounds like it's real.
The other things I do, I've done it at least twice. I've posted pictures of asshole parking up here in Seattle,
Mm.
like in the Douglas County asshole parking.
Yeah, I'm still banned from that, which is wild to me.
How'd you get banned from
I
that?
have no idea. I
Mhm.
have no clue.
On the Rants and Raves one, every time someone posts they start the post with not a rant or rave, I want to comment, excuse me, this is not a rant nor a rave.
This is neither a rant nor a rave.
Those are on there. Those
Yeah,
are on that fucking page. We should start doing a bunch of those. That's what
Yeah.
we should do.
But I saw one the other day that was like, "Hey,
We should write not a rant or rave and clearly be a rant or rave.
like I don't like it when people do this."
Oh.
Like
Rant.
we should. You know what would be funny is you do rants and rave, like rant about losing money at the casino, and
There
then
you
then
I'm gonna write a rant about people raving things, and then write a rave about people ranting things.
It's a good idea. There were
This
a
is
bunch of them where people bitched about the anonymous posts.
yeah,
They're
I
like,
started
what's up
that
with
too.
these people writing anonymous posts?
I
Why do
started
you
that
fucking
too.
care?
I started that.
I'm gonna make an anonymous post that says rant. I don't like these anonymous posts.
No, I did it. I was like,
That's
hey,
the thing.
he was doing all this shit, and then there was just like 100 responses to it. I just I knew exactly what I was doing.
I think I'm gonna start posting the asshole parking pictures on the Rants and Raves because I'm banned, and be like, since I'm banned on asshole parking for posting pictures of assholes parking, I'm gonna post them on Rants and Raves. This is a rant.
This is a rant about your.
And then I'll rave about it, and then Jake can rant about it.
No, you should write a rant or a rave about people posting parking pics on the Rants and Raves page. Oh,
We could take over this entire page just for our own entertainment.
we'll start our own Rants and Raves syndicate.
We should. And you know what the best part is? After this, after we infiltrate the group and burn it to the ground, we start our own Rants and Raves group. That's better than
Yes.
that's better than the
We'll
other
call
one.
it Douglas County Rants and Raves 2.0.
No, we'll call it Rants and Rave, Rants and Rave.
Rants and Raves, Rants and Raves is the name of this
Oh.
episode.
God damn it. Ah.
I didn't know we'd get so much fucking content out of fucking
didn't
Rants and
either.
Raves in Douglas County. Like, we went back to it, is how good it is. And the thing I think that's funny to me is how serious everyone is taking it. Everyone takes Facebook so seriously.
Right.
And ever since I decided to stop taking Facebook seriously at all, I've had so much fun on Facebook.
Makes sense because it's definitely more fun when you don't care.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. It's like high school. Everyone is super worried about the image on Facebook, and I couldn't give a fuck less about any of these people. I'm never going to see any of them.
No,
I
none
lo-
of them. There's like
Doesn't
3
even
people
live
in
here.
Douglas County that know you're here.
Yeah.
Know who you are. Like,
That's another thing. We should just start posting. You don't even live here on just random people's posts. You don't even live here.
I like that. He doesn't even go here.
I'm going to end up kicked out of the group, and they won't have any reason to go on Facebook.
No, but then we start our own Rants and Raves page.
There we go.
See? And then
Just
we'll be
invite
like,
everybody to it.
And then we somehow make another account and we screenshot the Rants and Raves on that one and then put it on our website.
yes.
Be like, Rant, the old Rants and Raves page.
That would be really funny. The trolling that we could do.
Why do people take this shit so seriously?
Because they're old usually and have nothing better to do.
See, I have nothing better to do, but I'm doing it for comedy.
Yeah, they think this is their lives.
Yeah, because their real life sucks.
Makes
That
sense.
checks out. Yeah.
That does. That checks. I'm gonna sit up. This couch. I slide when I sit
noticed
on it.
that. I was just thinking. I was like, Jake's lost like 7 inches in height.
Yeah.
since the
There we go.
podcast
That's. Well, I'm also trying to.
Dave.
Oh hi.
And
Where's Dave?
Like, hey guys.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark. I showed my kids the difference between my indoor and my outdoor basketball. Like this is how you can like I have a Wilson evolution.
Yeah.
Like this ball only bounces in. Like I don't ever for any reason want to see this ball outside unless it's being carried to the car to go be bounced inside.
I took Riv to the basketball court, to the T court the other day, and she was like, "Why is the ball fuzzy?" And I was like, "Cause it's good for outside.
Outdoor ball.
It's been used."
I remember going to school in Caneville. We the elementary school only had an outdoor basketball court.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know the difference between an indoor and an outdoor ball for the longest time.
Oh geez.
So, until I got to, I guess not that long until I got to junior high and actually played basketball. But even then, I didn't make the connection. So I would always be like, in the gym at the junior high, and we had some hoops outside on blacktop, like the gravelly blacktop.
Yeah.
And I would just grab a ball and go outside, and I never understood why I got in trouble. And I was like, it's a ball.
I definitely yelled at some kids
Mhm.
at Glendale. I'm like,
I don't
hey,
think
you don't go outside, dumbass. What?
I don't think it wasn't until high school that I understood. Oh, I just thought the fuzzy balls were old. That's
No.
what in my head. That's all I thought was like these are just old and they're starting to break apart.
Yeah.
No, there's a reason.
When we had COVID basketball, so that fucking cunt that they have for superintendent there didn't like want anybody doing anything with COVID
all.
going on. Yeah, and so I ordered outdoor basketball so we could practice on the outdoor court. And then like after a week of that, I was like, this is stupid. We're just gonna use the gym, the high school gym, because it's big enough and nobody can complain. Because I'll be like, no, we're spread out. We're fine.
Yeah, we're more than 6 feet apart, and
And
everyone's washing their hands.
nobody ever complained because it was high school softball at the same time and baseball, and they just did all their shit outside because they were like, well, even if it's raining, we should be outside because then we don't have to follow the COVID rules. And I was like, I'm not following those rules anyway, so fuck them.
Yeah.
Stupid rules.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of stupid
Jake's still
COVID,
mad.
at the grocery store, I saw a couple wearing
Uh-oh.
masks.
Should have fucking do it to the car.
Like recently?
Like tonight before the show, and
Was
I visibly looked at them. They looked at me, and I laughed.
What store was it?
Sherm's.
Oh, I've seen somebody there with a mask, and I didn't
Yeah.
understand it.
My deal is, man, like if they've got COVID, like, and they're wearing a mask, like, who cares?
Well, that's fine. Yeah.
I guess for me, I just like it's just for me, I just don't care enough to like mock somebody for wearing a mask anymore.
Yeah.
My thing is, if you've got COVID and you're scared enough to wear a mask, maybe don't leave your house.
I mean, you bring a fair point, but if you're in a grocery store,
The Uber Eats is a thing.
Yeah.
Order your food. Like, don't come to the store. Like, I get what you're saying. If you've got COVID, yeah, put a mask on. But also, if you've got COVID, don't go anywhere. And I won't laugh at you.
I mean, if you're that sick, why would you want to go anywhere?
well, I guess if you laughing at me is the worst thing I've got to worry about, then
Yeah, I mean, it's not the,
Yeah. I definitely see people with masks in Myrtle Creek, or I guess it's Tri-City, at the grocery outlet. That's why I asked what store, because they have Tesla chargers right there. So you get a lot of Californian people, and they're wearing their masks in the store. You can tell they don't fit in. Like,
Right.
they're not from here.
even up here, when you see somebody with a mask, people are like, "What the fuck, bro? Like, it's 24 now." Like,
Yeah.
like at this point, COVID is the flu. Like, we're moving on.
It's COVID-19.
Yeah,
That
there's
indicates
been
the year.
and I've been around several people who've had it. I'm at this point, I'm certain I can't recontract it because I had it in 19. I had it real fucking bad, and ever since then, I've shared a bed with someone who has COVID. I've shared houses with people who have COVID. I walk through the fire unscathed, like the Teflon Don.
I did have a teacher get it this year.
Teflon
So she
Don.
was out for 3 days. So missed one class. 2 days later, she was there. And I was like, all right, like I'm not worried, but I'm just like, oh, so they've really shut down their like that 2 weeks is now a day and
It's
2
like 3
days or
days.
day and a half.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's not so scary.
Because at this point, we've all had it. Literally, every one of us has had it.
Mhm.
It's I mean, there's a lot of science to it, but I
Yeah.
mean, honestly, a lot of it is that the virus is weakened too.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't the thinning of the herd that they really played it out to be too.
Yeah, we lost we did lose. I mean,
Yeah,
we
no,
lost
don't get me wrong. There were
percentage,
people that
like-
died, and I feel for them because losing a family member is an absolutely terrible thing.
It was
there's
like
not
I
nearly
said,
as many deaths as I thought there was going to be.
it was like I said the whole time. I said it was both worse than people think and not as bad as people think at the same time.
Yeah, it's fair.
I was somewhere in the middle. I'm like, people are dying from this. I'm probably not going to.
Mhm.
That's how I operated. Like I had a neck gaiter because it was enough of a lip service for people to see that I had a mask on.
Right.
And so I
Remember
pulled up
my
over
mask?
my. Yes, I do.
Mhm.
I probably still have it.
Mhm.
It was like
Was
you know,
I-
I'd pull it up, and I got used to just having a neck gaiter on.
Mhm.
What'd you say, Dave?
Was I with one of you guys when I did the whole Arabian head wrap? Because that's the only thing I had
No,
for a
but you've
mask.
told us.
Yeah.
You've told us about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Just-
You know who
nope.
didn't get
Oh,
COVID?
Black
Black
Santa.
Santa. Yeah, because he's isolated up down in the South Pole.
Yeah.
Well, these people, they could have been anywhere in the world, but they're here with us. We appreciate that. Want to thank Dave for that walk off there. That it's not going to get any better than that. But for this episode, this edition of my show, good night, universe.
That's a podcast.
Good ducks.
Good.
Yes.
Fuck the Huskies.
Make sure to go and check out definitelynotsellingdrugs.com.